Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Stopper has the story.
Yes, so I have the story about what happened in Rivers State. Sad story, but 4 people have been arrested in connection to the kidnapping of a youth corps member. He's identified as Yahya Farouk. He was serving in Rivers State in the Andoni local government area of the state. And the Muslim Society of Nigeria said Farouk went missing on Monday, 4th of October. The public relations officer of Rivers State Police, Grace Iringi Koko, has also confirmed that they have information from the corps that the investigation is ongoing. Said that the Commissioner of Police for Rivers State, Mustafa Mustache, has confirmed that they are looking into it and they've actually arrested arrested 4 people for the disappearance of this corps member. It's a really sad story. I'm hoping that they're able to find the corps member alive because he is a corps member that just went to serve in a secondary school within that area, and he's serving his country. He's too young to be cut short in his prime, and I'm wishing that, I'm happy that they didn't deny the story anyway, that this is not what happened. So we know that he's disappeared. They've arrested 4 people. They are ongoing investigation. I'm just hoping that they find out who this particular person is.
You have a story?
Yeah, so the story I have on Punch is the story that DC has already explained.
Okay, let's move on then.
Gas, yeah.
Daily Sun. Reps furious over Abuja kidnappings. Drug peddling. Senate draws battle lines with NDLEA. Adamawa, I don't know if you like NDLEA. Adamawa, Anambra Ebonyi dump suits challenging legality of EFCC, ICPC, and FIU. Biafra. Police arrest 89-year-old member of Ojukwu Memorial Day Planning Committee in Imo State. Court declines PDP's governor's quest to hold NEC meeting. And IMF cuts Nigeria's growth forecast over flooding and insecurity. Okay, which story?
Yes, so let's take the NDLEA. So the Senate has drawn the battle lines with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, following claims that the agency made the house of Senator Oyelola Ashiru was used to warehouse illicit drugs. So NDLEA said that. The anti-drug agency also claimed that the senator's recent remarks on the floor of the parliament were born out of vendetta rather than national interest, because he has said at the house that the NDLEA needs to be investigated for corruption. So according to the story, it said some 8 of the lawmakers, that's NDLEA is now saying that some 8 of the lawmakers were arrested on the raid at his residence and were being prosecuted, and one of them had already been sentenced to jail. So they made the revelation on Monday at their national headquarters in Abuja during a press briefing, and in response to the statements the senator had made earlier on about corruption and compromise in the NDLEA. However, Senate yesterday now said they are going to investigate and likely punish NDLEA for disparaging the legislative chamber during the press conference. They said, this is the Senate President now, Godswill Akpabio, saying that, an injury to one is an injury to all, and that the lawmakers enjoy a form of immunity on the floor of the chamber on any comments they made, whether the comments get to television or it doesn't get to television. They have a form of, immunity. And why did NDLEA wait close to 2 years to begin to, talk about a case that had happened February 2023? So they are going to investigate, and if they find that NDLEA is lying against their, person, they are going to deal seriously with NDLEA. The guy in question, that's the senator, said he doesn't even take carbonated drinks. He doesn't have any, has never seen cannabis in his life. He knows that the claims of the NDLEA are false concerning him, but the senators will investigate NDLEA. So I'm wondering,
let the law take its course. Let them investigate. If you're now found not guilty, innocent, then you
can even file that they defamed you, or you can take them back to court.
That's why there's a law. Let the law. Don't. I can have a story here. The leadership of Biafra Independence Movement, BIM, and MASOB has said that the Ojukwu Memorial Day Celebration Committee member, an 89-year-old man, was arrested yesterday, for a couple of days ago. He said that the man's name is Moses Amechi, 89 years old, was arrested on October 12 on his way to attend a meeting of the Ojukwu Memorial Day celebration coming up November 26th. And he was in a bus, and then when they was accosted by, I think it was there was a group called the Tiger, I'm trying to get the name of the group that was, that actually stopped there, but it was Tiger Base, called them the Anti-Kidnapping Unit team. They accosted them, searched everybody in the bus, now found an ID card that was personally signed by the chairman, Uwazurike, the Biafra movement card. So because of that, he was arrested and detained, and he hasn't been given the opportunity to see his family members. So they're asking for his immediate release because nothing incriminating was found on him, and he should be released immediately. Moving on now to Vanguard. Unending grid collapses threaten survival of businesses, says organized private sector. Nigeria requires purposeful leadership, food security for growth, says ex-deputy governors. While IMF slashed Nigeria's economic growth forecast to 2.9%. Nigeria has disappointed Africa, black race, says Obasanjo. And Labour demands halt of frequent petrol price and increase. FG asks Supreme Court to dismiss suit seeking declare EFCC illegal. Okay, which story?
Okay, so I have the story of the grid collapse that they said threatens survival of businesses. They said the prominent members of the organized private sector raised concerns over frequent collapses of the national power grid, saying the development is crippling already distressed businesses. Most of the business groups that expressed concern were the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NAXIMA, and then MAN, that is Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and then the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They also said NECA also warned that the frequent collapse too will hinder economic growth and slow down enterprise sustainability and efforts. And they said the MAN said the frequent grid collapse was frustrating for Nigerian manufacturers, considering the huge cost spent on re-energizing production lines shut down anytime the grid collapses. I think this too affects me as well in my own business. Because most times, you know, you've already done your calculation on how much you're going to spend on energy. And then, you know, once it collapses now, you've started thinking of diesel. The cost of diesel is quite high.
Double the price,
yes.
and it affects the
Yeah,
consumers.
so the LCCI is deeply concerned about the frequency of collapse recorded by the national grid, the sole supply source of hydroelectric power nationwide.
We discussed it on Monday, and I'm hoping that some of the leaders in the Ministry of Power would watch the show and implement some of the things suggested. So WAEC is going to be conducting this hybrid CB-based, that's computer-based examination. The exam is slated to take place this Friday, October 25 Friday, till December Friday 20th as well. And so all through this period, he said the timetable is going to be found on the website. Many people are not used to doing computer-based exams for WAEC, and you know there are some people around the country. Though it's you can pick hybrid,
okay, yeah.
But if you are using the computer-based exams, they employ those writing the exams to go and research on the platform. There are tools that to help you familiarize yourself ahead of the exam date. Yeah. Not that you will be learning how to use some of the things on that date. It might affect your results. So please go on the WAEC website, familiarize yourself with the computer-based platform and how the exam would run. That's what they're advising from the newspaper. So we're looking forward to the exam starting on the 25th of this December, of October, running till December.
That's Friday.
Yes, this Friday.
Okay, moving on. Tribune, a final paper. 5 NAF officers, 15 others die in Plateau auto crash. Alleged drug deal, Senate draws battle line with NDLEA. Bill seeking creation of 2 states from Oyo State passes second reading. And PDP crisis deepens as party INEC dragged to court over NEC meeting. Okay, I think we need to tell journalists who put all this kind of headline saying that Senate draws battle line with NDLEA. It is wrong because we're trying to build systems here. The Senate is a system. The EFCC or the NDLEA is a system. Yeah. So we shouldn't be trying to show conflict. You're drawing battle line with it. No, there's an investigation.
And
there's an investigation. And when the narrative. The narrative we push out there makes us lose credibility we lose credibility in both systems. So you can't be pitching one against the other. If NDLEA wants to investigate, they should investigate. But it doesn't mean that there's a battle line drawn between both. They are both systems that are functioning for Nigerian people. Just really misleading. Sorry, I just had to lament that.
Yeah, it's also a sad story I wanted to take here. An accident happened on the Jos Abuja highway on Monday. It said 20 passengers died and others were left with serious injuries. It said among the deceased were 5 officers of the Nigerian Air Force, which is very painful. And they said the accident occurred at Hawan Kibo community in Riom local government area of the state at about 8 p.m. When the 18-seater Toyota bus had a head-on collision with the trailer, leading to multiple accidents on the highway. They said about 18 persons died immediately. The other people that were taken to the hospital, 2 died there. And it was just a very sad story. to see a lot of people dying as a result of, collisions, overspeeding, and everything. We just need to be more careful, especially with this ember period.
I think that's all we can take on Front Page Review, and come back, move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.